Ghost 1, check in on backup 1.
Ghost 1-2.
Roger that, Ghost 1, cleared to start, so you on up from Victor 15 in about 5 minutes time.
Ghost 1-2.
Ghost 1, check in on Victor 1-5.
2.
Copy 2. I don't think we're going to have much luck with the yardstick this evening. I'm reading 1.3.
Yeah, 2 same.
Roger that. Because of the numbers in the flight, let's use yardstick, what was it, 1516. Let's use 18 as the anchor for the yardstick this evening.
1-8.
So yeah, I'll be on 18 obviously, and you'll be on, was it 81?
81 Yankee set.
Roger.
One, two.
Send it.
Did I miss the QFE reading?
No, I've not got to it yet. Alright, Ghost 1, stand by for words on weather. So, Gunsan, today we have information India, pressure setting 1011, runway 36, visual conditions, and we are, got wind 030, averaging 14 knots, gusting 23, and we got 10 kilometers visibility with clouds few at 5,000, 21 degrees is your temperature.
Two copies all.
One good jet, ready to taxi.
Good, ready to taxi.
Gunsan ground, Ghost 1 is 2 Vipers at the QRR standings. Request ground abort for my numbers 3 and 4, please.
Ghost 1, roger. Ghost 1, roger.
Gunsan ground, Ghost 1 requests taxi to hold short runway 364 and Holman 1 departure.
Good evening, Ghost 1. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Alpha, and then hold short, runway 36.
Alpha and hold short for runway 36 for Ghost 1. Ghost 1, chocks and pins. Ghost 1, taxi in sequence, one taxi.
Good taxi.
Ghost 1-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 9230.
29230 for Ghost 1. Ghost 1, EOR check. 1 is balls, 178, 4124, yardstick is sweet, and stand by on dolly, it's just turned itself off. And dolly is sweet.
Do the same.
Guns on tower, Ghost 1, request taxi to hold short runway 36 for departure. Sequence, hold short runway 36 at Alpha. Alright, takeoff briefing, departure for it will be Ullman 1 out to the left. Now I promised you I'd be able to show you the visual reference point. You zoom yourself right in and you look out to about 348, right out on the other side of the bay. Can you see the nuclear reactor with the two big silos?
Affirm.
So that's the Ullman 1 departure point, just above that nuclear reactor, so that's how we know where we are. So we're going to do a echelon left line up because the wind's over on the right hand side, formation departure, and then we'll run the Ullman 1 route, and we'll keep ourselves climbing per SOPs up to 20,000 feet and thence, as they say.
Yep.
Ghost 1, reference steer point 3.
2.
Guns on tower, Ghost 1, request entry to the active position and hold for departure.
Ghost 1, hold short. Ghost 1, gonna sound tower, weighing 030 at 6 knots, runway 36. You're cleared for takeoff.
Ghost 1, entering the active runway 36, position and hold. It used to be, and I think they changed it, something went wrong I think with, sorry I just realised I said echelon left, I meant echelon right, because I'm an idiot. I just remember the tower used to be really good. It used to, even if you wanted an expedited departure, it would always position and put you into a position and hold on the runway. Whereas now, all it does is it immediately says you're clear for takeoff, assuming a rolling departure. I just wish you could actually set that somehow, rather than the game invariably trying to figure it out and then getting it wrong.
It is in position.
Copy 2. Guns on tower, Ghost 1 is cleared for takeoff, runway 36. Ghost 1, we'll run him up. Brakes, release.
Ghost 1-1, contact departure.
Contact departure for Ghost 1. Guns on departure, Ghost 1 is about to pass Daewoo at 1,500 feet.
Ghost 1, Kunasan, departure, fly heading 340, resume on navigation.
So Sorry about the speed here too. I got carried away with trying to get the radios working.
No worries. I got a bit of deviation there on takeoff. I guess the wingtip missiles have quite different drag and weight ratios, so it was drifting a little to the right. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. I had to input about twice as much trim as I normally would.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was I wasn't expecting that much of a right yaw.
No, I agree. I think in the future it's probably worth putting the 2 of the captives on rather than 1.
Yeah, right. Oh, that was a little bit of lag.
Good time departure. Ghost 1 is overhead Almond 1 at Angels 1. Ghost 1 push uniform 6. Ghost 1, check in on uniform 6.
Ghost 1-2.
To kick out into spread 1 mile.
Nope.
Tell you what though, you're right, she's extremely light with just the bolts.
Yep, doesn't it? And at least this way we kind of reduced we don't have an asymmetric loadout.
It's true.
So are we doing tack turns or no?
Yep.
Yep.
Your turn too.
Yep.
Yeah, so if not, yeah, this is just, again, familiarity with the SOPs. it's kind of what we were talking about the other night. If it's not briefed, but it looks like a delay turns viable, i.e. a 45 or a 90 or something close to that, we will do them and we won't announce them. Just like you were saying the other night, basically. That's just taken as read.
Right.
Of course, is unless briefed otherwise. Don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, but you heard they've announced the new Mandalorian series.
I have. I didn't catch the trailer yet, but I did enjoy the other 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's looking interesting. I mean, I'm really keen on it because I was absolutely blown away by the sort of the trail that they put down in Series 2 with Ahsoka Tano and the whole tell me where Thrawn is, tell me where your boss is, or whatever it was she said. I think it'd be absolutely amazing if they bring Thrawn into either the Ahsoka series and or the Mandalorian series.
Yeah, Mandalorian was one of the best things that Disney put out since they took over Star Wars. I didn't watch Boba Fett or Obi-Wan or any of the other series, but I can tell you I despise all of the Disney Star Wars films except for Rogue One.
Yep, basically the same as every other human being on the planet.
I thought I didn't like the sequels. I still don't like the sequels. The sequels suck. But sorry, I didn't like the prequels. I still don't. The prequels suck ass. But I don't know which are worse, if the prequels or the sequels.
Oh, the sequels by a mile. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely with you. I'm not a huge fan of the prequels, particularly the first and second one. I don't mind the third one, especially in the context of Clone Wars. But yeah, I'm with you. They don't do it for me, but I've not even bothered watching the ninth because I was just so fundamentally disappointed with 7 and 8. I couldn't even bring myself to watch the ninth one. But you're right, Rogue One's amazing. Rogue One's a really good movie. Solo, didn't like it, didn't do anything for me. I'm just starting to work my way through Clone Wars. I didn't get onto that bandwagon when it first came out, so I'm still going through that in its early days. But what I really enjoyed, which really surprised me, was Rebels, which is kind of like the prequel to Rogue One and everything that happens in episodes 4, 5 and 6. And yeah, I was really impressed by it, to be honest with you.
I watched a bunch of seasons of Clone Wars, but it really shows that it's a kids show, and on a number of occasions, and it's just too much for me. I can't stomach it. So, and I did my best to go through them, but at one point I was just like, oh no, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I've hit that a couple of points, and I quite agree with you. From what I've been told, Clone Wars changes quite a lot somewhere in the middle or back end of Series 3, and by Series 4 it's really into its stride. But yeah, I am just kind of hoping that what this person has told me, or actually several people have told me, is true. And yeah, fingers crossed it does improve, because I'm absolutely on board with you. There's far too much Jar Jar Binks, there's far too little plot, and far too much lightsaber twirling going on, and not enough kind of plot, frankly, not enough interest in some depth and some of the lore that sits around it. But I understand that it gets there by series 3, 4 kind of area. So I'm looking forward to that. But Rebels, that really improved in series 2. Series 1, it was, I think, just character setting and a little bit of a kids show. But by the end of it, I was really impressed. But yeah, it's still just a kids show. But I was still very impressed with it.
Well, about Clone Wars, I can tell you that I made it like season 5 or something. I made it pretty far, and I did not notice the switch from it being a kids show to mature. It didn't happen for me. At least I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a shame. Maybe it's just one of the ones you got to stomach through and get what little bits of lore are in it, and just carry on from there.
The only grief I had with the show I've enjoyed the most, Mandalorian, is there's loads of fan service on there. Clearly, it shows that it was made by the people that did Clone Wars and Rebels, because there's a bunch of several parts there where, like, characters show up and you're supposed to know who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely right. It's Dave Filoni and John Favreau, which, yeah, they're the people that bought us. I don't think they did Rogue One, actually, but someone was telling me that Dave Filoni, as close as he's contractually allowed to, has basically said he'd love to redo episodes 7, 8, and 9, because, you know, what was done was just a travesty.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, how much worse can it be?
I think they could probably do it, but they'd have to sit down and think really hard about it. And you'd like to think that if they'd have sat down really hard and thought about it for the first time round, they'd have actually had some decent movies to finish the trilogy off.
To be very honest with you, when I first watched it, before anything else came out, I really liked episode 7. But then episode 8 and 9 came out, and it basically ruined them all.
Didn't really enjoy any of them, if truth be told.
When episode 7 was out, I saw promise there that something good can come of it, but for me it's something weird that only happened with Star Wars, I guess. It's it's like backwards ruining one movie, backwards ruining the previous one because of the what followed up to what they set up on episode 7.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my view of it as well. It's kind of like they were going, you know what, all you generation that thought you understood Star Wars, that grew up with it and loved it as children, and have sort of since gone through all the lore of it and all the rest of it, you know what, screw you guys, none of it is real, we're throwing away the rule book and we're starting again. Thanks, bye. And I hated that. I absolutely hated it.
In a perfect world for me, Star Wars would have been left alone and just be A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and that would be it. I feel exactly the same way about Jurassic Park, which should have just been the original Jurassic Park, and no one could have touched it ever, but they do.
Yeah, it's true. But you know, it's a money maker, isn't it? They just want to go after the money.
Yep. Are you getting a lot of yaw oscillation? I am.
I'm not getting a huge amount, but I do get some, I have to say. I think they have gone the same way that DCS does, which is I don't think they're doing a hugely brilliant job of modelling the turbulence and the wind shear effects. So I think that's what it is. I don't think it's the aircraft's configuration.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But speaking about the shows, was there did you watch that Boba Fett? What was it called? The Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I did watch that, and again, wasn't hugely impressed with it. I can't tell you why it becomes good, but know that it does, and for reasons you'll probably like.
It does?
It does eventually get good. Not brilliant, it's not up there with Mandalore, and it could and should have been so much better, but it does get better from where it starts off. It always feels like it had a lot of potential and it never really made the most of Boba Fett's character, and I didn't like it that much as a result of that. However, like I say, there are reasons why it improves, and you're only going to know that by it'll give away some spoilers, which I don't want to do.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious. For one, I was never, even as a kid, Boba Fett never did nothing for me. He was just a dude that was in the right place at the right time, captured Han Solo, and had like 3 lines total in the whole trilogy. And also, yeah, I never understood all the hype behind him, and then they shoved them in the prequels, and there's that. But I am thinking of resubscribing Disney Plus because I only have a subscription to Netflix, and Netflix is basically just dog shit these days.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, the only thing I have Netflix for is Friends, and that's because it's the only thing me and the wife can agree to watch that's vaguely passable that's on TV anymore. If you've not seen it, it is on Netflix. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Ghost 2, check in on Tactical.
I finished that the other week.
Yeah, I thought that was good. It got worse towards the end, I thought, because they're obviously running out of things to do, but I thought the first 3 or 4 series were really good.
Yep. Yeah, I just finished the final season last week, I think, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing, and after Jeremy Clarkson's managed to get himself thrown off of Amazon, I can't imagine I'll be paying for an Amazon subscription when they stop making Grand Tour and Clarkson's Farm, so that's basically Disney Plus is about the only thing generating any content I'm vaguely interested in these days. The trouble with Disney Plus is that they're one bad Star Wars mistake away from me switching them off as well. At the moment, I've not been massively disappointed in the way I was with the movies. Kenobi I thought was good, but it is a bit of a, yeah, alright, that's fine. You know, not a huge amount going on, but it's a bit of a story, it's something a bit different, fair enough. I thought, you know, it was very deep, so they get into a lot of psychology and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know, it was alright for that. But they could do a lot more with it, but whether they will or won't is another question. The one that I was very impressed by, which I didn't expect to enjoy at all, was Andor.
I don't get the point of that show. Some dude that came out in Rogue One, the best movie that came out of the Disney era, and I guess they decided to cash in on him. I bet you money, next show they'll come up with is with that chick. What was her name? Jin.
Yeah, it's possible, but they've got so many spin-offs right now. I am a little bit worried by that. I'm Joker, by the way. I'm resetting to bingo. I am a little bit worried that they're going to go the way Marvel went, and it's just going to be so many different spin-offs and side plots, subplots that you're going to have trouble keeping pace with it all in the end. It's kind of like the opposite of where we were. Everyone was crying out for more, and now it's almost like they're getting too much.
I feel like that Simpsons meme, you know, the one Bart's getting getting his teeth kicked in, and the dude is like, "Stop it! He's already dead."
Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's get our game face onto the range here. I'm going to check us into the range. Sentry 1, Ghost 1 is departing your frequency for Kotar range. Ghost 1, push uniform 20. Kotar range, Ghost 1 is 2 Vipers. We're approximately 25 miles your northwest. Angels 2-0. Request about 30 minutes over the range. We've got 2 LGBs training munitions and 2 GBU-38 training munitions. We're going to be doing some work with lasers as well. We'll call in, we'll call off, and we will call off with parameters where required, and then we will call our exit from the range, which will be to the south. 2, kick out 1 mile, spread left, and we'll do an in-place at steer 5, and we'll do our first pass. Do you want to use JDAM or LGB for the first?
Laser guided first.
Roger. Sorry about my speed there, too busy playing with all the dials in the aircraft. I'll come back up to 360. We'll run the range at 360 knots. I think that's sufficient given our fuel.
Oop. Confirm counterclockwise orbit over the range.
I'm going to do a clockwise orbit. Stand by 1. Ghost 1, in place 90, right, go.
2.
Yeah, let's do a clockwise around the range, just because that's the normal range pattern. And wouldn't you know it, I've got cloud over the target, so I'm going to move to GBU.
Fence in.
1 in and bomb gone, coming off to the right.
Ghost 1-2 off, try parameters.
2, just because of the cloud, what I'm going to suggest is that we, the cloud is right over the range, so if we head out to the west at about 300, we'll just have to come in where there's a bit of free space.
Yeah, copy that. The issue here was me, when I rolled out, I was already a bit too, pretty much on top of the target.
Yeah, Roger, no worries. But yeah, just try to look for some gaps in the cloud, basically. Alright, I'm going to try and turn back in with the LGB this time and see what I can do. I'm going to do a right-hand turn and then I'm going to use this clear air that we're flying through now.
Just visual, 4 miles behind.
Copy.
Just turning in.
Going to head towards the city area. I think we might just get a little bit of a clean line there. I'm going to drop down to 16,000 just because of the cloud.
Are you going to be dropping the JDAM on this next pass?
I got the JDAM off on the first pass. This is going to be LGB. God, this is going to be tough.
Ghost 1-2 in from the northwest.
Ghost 1-1 in from the west. Ghost 1-1, 1 away. 26 seconds, laser fires.
Ghost 1-2 off, 1 away.
Bloody cloud. If this hits, it'll be a miracle. Well, I didn't see it
Ghost
going.
1-2, 10 seconds.
Disregard the patterns too, we're just going to have to do what we can with the cloud. Ghost 1-1 is off to the east.
I did not spot where my bomb dropped. I'm moving on to the JDAM.
I've got one smoke near the gun range pit.
Yeah, it might have landed short.
So I'm going to suggest we revise our game plan slightly and we don't bother with the buddy lasing this evening.
Bingo.
The cloud is
Bingo.
going to make the buddy lays and the LST really difficult.
2 agrees.
Roger that. I'm going to stay out to the east. Give me a holler once you're off and I'll come in for a JDAM pass.
Ghost 1-2 off, dry, parameters, off to the northeast. Correction, southeast.
Ghost 2 checking into Coattail range 46 miles west. Ghost 2, this is Ghost 1-1. Be advised, 2 aircraft working the range at Kotar will probably be about another 10 minutes. Be advised, low cloud at about 5 to 12,000 feet obscuring the range. But it's a bit patchy, so you may get some good stuff, you may not, it'll depend. Ghost 2, copy all, will orbit north of steer point 8 until released on range.
Choose bingo.
One stores laser fires.
Ghost 1-2 in from the northeast paveway. Correction, Bruiser.
Blazing off to the southeast. Correction, southwest.
Ghost 1-2, Bruiser away, off northeast. Southeast.
Ghost 1-1, Shack, good effect. I got some trade for you. If you come in from the east and then extend to the southwest, you can get your lasers off if you stay at about 10,000 feet.
Yeah, I got a pretty nice corridor, so to speak, here coming when I turn off southeast-ish, and then I come back in to the northwest. I should be this looking good.
Roger, understood.
Coming in for my second Bruiser. Ghost 1-2 off. Bruiser 1 away. Ghost 1-2 off southwest. Southeast.
Ghost 1-1 turning in 30-second run for a low altitude loft with a JDAM. Ghost 1-1 in. Ghost 1-1, 1 away, off to the south. Ghost 1-1, Shack, good effect. Ghost 1-1 is exiting the range at Angel 6 to the south.
Ghost 1-2 in from the southeast.
Caution.
Ghost 1-2 off. 1 away. Save way.
One is heading 250 at 12,000.
2. Ghost 1-2, 10 seconds delivery. Ghost 1-2, Shack. Kotar range, Ghost 1-2. Exiting the airspace to the south.
Ghost 1-1 for Ghost 2-1. Ghost 2-1, go. Ghost 1-1, your range, we're clearing to the south. Ghost 2-1, our range, thank you very much. Two data.
Data. Bingo. Bingo.
2 good data, 2's chicken.
Copy, 1 is also chicken. We'll go for the tanker, I think we can both make it. Also, just for reference, again, it's one of these silly SOP things, but when we call, so for example, to data, all you need to say if you've got it is capture. We know whether you've got it or not.
Nope.
Sorry, I know this all sounds like silly little nitpicking stuff, but it's just for your own reference, so you know the terms we use.
No, that's fine. I've actually I wasn't.
Kotar range.
I didn't remember the name of the
16s approaching from
yeah,
the
the call
north
out for
for
data.
3 run in lofts on range. Will egress east and north for circuit. Kotar range, Ghost 1-1 is departing your frequency. Thanks for your time. Ghost 1, push uniform 1-3 for tanker. Do you remember the range that the tanker activates itself at? Is it 10 or 20?
I have no idea.
I'm up at 22,000 now. I'm trying not to go too fast, but I'm also trying to overtake the tanker so I can try and get a tell him to essentially turn his course around and not keep running away from us. To rejoin in echelon left loose.
Yep.
Tanker's now turning itself around. He's about 20 miles on my 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock-ish. It looks like he's turning around ahead of us, so he'll be coming back our way now. Just going to course correct to get on the inside of his turn rather than staying on the outside of it. Ghost 1, pre-fueling checks.
Yep.
Texaco 1, Ghost 1, 2 Vipers, request refueling. To stand by, aggressive left-hand manoeuvre onto the tanker intercept.
Ghost 1-1, Texaco
Who's in
1-1.
trail
You are
2.2
number
miles.
1 to refuel.
Copy 2, rejoin when able.
Ghost 1-1, Texaco 1-1, clear to pre-contact position.
Ghost 1-1, Texaco 1-1, cleared to pre-contact position. We'll be requesting about £3,000 for each aircraft.
Altitude. Altitude.
Let's refuel her up to £6,000. I think that'll be enough.
Yep, 6,000.
Ghost 1-1, moving to pre-contact.
Ghost 1-1, Mexico 1-1. Heads up, tanker is entering turn.
Every single time I come up to this guy, he's entering the turn.
He's actually just about at the end of his track right now.
Ghost 1-1, Mexico 1-1. Cleared to contact position.
Ghost 1-1, clear to contact position.
Contact.
Contact, good play, request 3000. $2,000. Ghost 1-1, 1000 to go.
$3,000.
Ghost 1-1, disconnecting.
Disconnect.
Move tanker over. Ghost 1-1, done refueling.
Ghost 1-2, Mexico 1-1. Clear to pre-contact position.
Clear to pre-contact position.
Ghost 1-2, Mexico 1-1. Cleared to contact position.
Ghost 1-2 ready at pre-contact position. Am I missing something?
You shouldn't be, he's cleared you to pre-contact, right?
I'm in the position.
Check fuel door.
Check, open.
Okie dokie, and just try moving forward, see if he... sorry, try moving back, and then forward again, see if that jogs his memory.
Stand by, I'm getting a light.
Roger. Stabilize.
Ghost 1-2, stabilize.
He's reaching.
Contact.
Contact it slow, Ghost 1-2. Request 3000.
1,000. $2,000. $3,000.
Ghost 1-2, disconnect.
Disconnect. Roger.
So I'm just gonna, I'll disregard him moving away from us. Make sure you Yankee 3'd him.
Yeah, I did.
Roger that. Ghost 1-1, Texaco 1, thanks for the fuel, we're coming off your frequency. 1, push uniform 6. Correction, 2, push uniform 6. Ghost 1, post fueling checks.
2.
Ghost 1-1, check in on tactical.
Ghost 1-2.
Alright, 2, formation at your discretion. If you want to do some tighter stuff, that's up to you, but if you want to kick out or fly loose, it's either your call.
2, I can try and do this.
Nice, bit late on the pull out, but nice.
Yeah, I can never get that right.
I don't know how they do it, I was messing around with it a while ago, I do not understand how they do it. It'll be a really simple thing that someone says, just do this, or look for this site picture, and you go, oh yeah, but no one's told me the magic, so.
With an AI, I managed to get a few circles around. Let me try that again from here. Nah, I'm pulling way too hard. I'm gonna give this a rest.
Roger that.
What we could do is a battle damage check.
Yeah, sure. Let me stabilise myself on airspeed. Alright, I'll stabilise at 340.
That's actually something handy to do after like a range.
Well, I'd like to think if you're using the range properly, there shouldn't be any frag anywhere near your aircraft, but I take your point.
Yeah, well, things go up, and how does that saying go? Military equipment is made by the lowest bidder.
Yeah, Murphy's Laws.
Yeah. One looks good, no holes, no missing panels.
Roger that. Okay, stabilise on my left wing and I'll come away and cover you.
to set 330 speed. And this looks really good in VR.
You're looking good. No holes, no cracks, and your paint scheme looks just wonderful.
Yep.
2 rejoin, echelon left loose.
Yep.
1's accelerating to 360 knots, coming right, reference, steer point 9.
Yep.
Steer 8. I'm starting our descent into Gunsan in about 5 to 10 miles.
Altitude. Altitude.
Lost my mouse. There it is.
I'm starting to descend, 3 degrees nose down, 360
Altitude.
knots.
Altitude.
I tell you what, there is one thing I miss about flying the F-16 in DCS, one thing I miss in particular, and that's the way they have their mids set up.
Yes, that data link system is very good.
I mean, I wish we had that in the dynamic campaign, because it would just stop everyone doing the whole Q2 declare all of the time.
At least we got a good AWACS, something that that DCS sorely lacks, among other things.
I do wish we had DCS's damage model though.
Yeah, that too.
Sorry, you cut out there, Fisker.
Yeah, that as well, but then again, thinking about it, DCS's damage model, that's much more advanced than this one, to be honest. It was mostly just clip the tail, clip the wings, but the body of the aircraft never goes anywhere, if you notice.
Yeah, I know, but it's still better than you've been hit enough to ruin your electrics, you've been hit enough to ruin your engine, you blow up, kind of thing. There's not a lot else there. But you're right, it would be nice to see like some engine fires and whatnot from certain incidents and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, both in DCS and BMS.
Yeah, here is more of a hit points kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that, but I suppose you've really got to get into the guts of how the aircraft behaves under what conditions. And yeah, that's, you know, it's a lot of work for just how much gain exactly. You know, I dare say the devs make that decision.
Yep.
What do you think has the better flight model? Because I've always thought DCS's flight model was a little bit better in so much as you see the buffeting on the aircraft and stuff. But a lot of people say that they prefer the flight model from BMS. Now, I'm no expert, I don't know either way, but what one do you prefer?
Having never flown an F-16, I can't really say. But what I can say is the one in DCS feels much heavier than these ones.
Yeah, I've noticed that, which I've always thought is perhaps slightly more realistic, but, you know, like you, I've not flown an aircraft full stop, let alone an F-16, so what the hell do I know? But I suppose from a sort of a simming perspective, I prefer the lightness of the aircraft in this sim, but I'd love to see the buffeting effect, because that's important for dogfights. One's just about to pass 9,000 feet on the transition altitude, and I'm heading for 5,000.
One thing I did notice after coming back, I don't know if it's VR or just the overall sim, but I remember in BMS it was much harder flying in formation than what it was in DCS, but now I don't have that issue anymore in BMS.
I'd imagine that's VR for you.
Yeah, it could be.
Every time I've used VR, and it's only been sort of 3 or 4 times, I remember once, the first time I used it, and I went up and I was just laughing like a lunatic because I was flying in between the engine nacelles of a KC-135, just laughing myself silly. It was just so easy.
Yeah, the depth perception makes all the difference. I never flown after getting VR. I never flown with Track IR again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't make me feel good, so I can't use it, unfortunately.
You just gotta, well, how am I gonna put this? Deal with it and get used to it. I remember when I first started using VR. No,
It gets over to the tower.
sorry, I missed that.
No worries. Oh, no, I'm lying. We're perfectly fine. Cloud is obscuring where we're going. Just going to roll us over left again. That city at 255 is where we're heading.
But about VR, I mean, people are different. But you need to...
Sentry 1, Ghost 1 is departing your frequency for Gunsan approach. Ghost 1, push uniform 4. Gunsan approach. Ghost 1 is 2 Vipers, 17 miles your southeast. Request a VFR from Sepia 1, and we'll fly an overhead brake panel. Sorry about that, go on.
What I was saying is about VR. I remember when I started, I used to get really sick, especially with specific games. Flying was never much of an issue for me, but now after
Good
flying
evening,
in,
Ghost
using
1-1,
VR
on
for a
approach.
bunch of
You are
different
cleared all the way in
games,
for overhead
it
approach.
doesn't
Runway
make me sick anymore.
36. Welcome back.
Yeah, they did
Base
say
1,
that you have to sort of get your
0,
VR
1,
length, as it were.
That makes sure you are not overheating, because VR overheats the body tremendously, and stay hydrated.
Yeah, very true. To go echelon right loose, stand by for a tight echelon for the brake.
Yep.
And we're on QNH 101, correction, 1010, in case you missed it.
Yep. Have you ever heard of a game called Beat Saber?
No.
Buy it, play it, it's the most fun you'll ever have in VR. Did you enjoy Guitar Hero when that was around?
Not really, no.
Basically same concept, but you have like controllers, which are supposed to be the sabers, quote unquote, and blocks come at you and you just slice them. Sounds simple and dumb, but I promise you it's loads of fun.
It's a bit like Fruit Ninja.
Ghost 1-1, contact tower for landing. Switch to 9230.
29. Gunsan Tower, Ghost 1 is at Sepia 3, and we will call initial. Two, tighten up and brake. Gunsan Tower, Ghost 1, initial.
Ghost 1, Gunsan Tower, continuing bound for runway 36, report overhead.
Ghost 1-1, brake land.
Those 1-2, brake land.
Ghost 1-1, finals, gear down.
Ghost 1, Sqn Tower, weight 030 at 6 knots, runway 36, clear for landing, jet gear down.
Ghost 1-2, finals gear down.
One's cold side right. One's clear of the active at Echo.
Ghost 1-1, contact ground, switch to 273-525.
273-525 on clearing the whole flight from the active. Ghost 1.
Ghost 1-2, contact ground, switch to 273-525.
Contact ground, Ghost 1-2. Ghost 1-2 activated.
So don't forget, all you need to do is call on Victor that you're clear of the active, and I'll do the rest. Ghost 1, push uniform 2.
2.
Alright, 2, we'll need to taxi our way out of the way here, so just get your aircraft set for ground taxi, turn anything off you want to turn off, and we'll get
2.
Gunton ground, Ghost 1 is 2 Foxtrot 16s at the EOR for runway 18 at Echo. Request taxi to shut down.
Good evening, Ghost 1. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi and hold short, runway 36.
Not quite what I had in mind.
Ghost 1-1, taxi back to the ramp. Alpha Papa 0-1.
Alpha Papa 01 for Ghost 1. Ghost 1, taxi in sequence, 1's taxiing.
Good taxi.
And of course we're nowhere near Alpha, so I'm not driving all the way to the far end of the runway, especially because we've got another couple coming into land, and they then all have to drive off that way as well. Spend another 5 minutes waiting for them to taxi to us, so this is as good a place as any, I think.
They're showing some shelters further down the taxiway.
Yeah.
Just over there, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, the trouble is that go into them one way and there's no way back out the other way if you need to go out.
No, there is.
Ghost 1-2.
The ones
what is
I'm
your
thinking
problem?
about
You
there
are
are.
disrupting traffic.
Can you do me a favour? Can you go onto the tower frequency and abort your takeoff? That's my fault, by the way.
It's the clear to ground abort, yeah?
Stand by. I think. Yeah, I think so.
Ghost 1, roger. Ghost 1-2, roger.
I'm not
Ghost 1-2, is there a problem?
not lined up like I want to.
Ghost 1, roger.
If it comes up and says, what's your problem again, just request a taxi back to the ramp, see if that does it. Alright, Ghost 1, chuck some pins. Alright then, 2, it's up to you. You can exit the sim if you want,
Ghost
but
1-2, what is your problem?
just
You are
try,
disrupting traffic.
just try requesting a taxi to ramp.
Yep, done.
Ghost 1-2, taxi back to the ramp. Alpha Papa 02.
Right, looks like we got a couple heading into land. And looks like we got Merlin and Snowman up high somewhere, but I don't know where they're going. Presumably back into land. just going to roll it up to uniform 4 and see if I can hear them doing their inbound calls and stuff.
You, page 1.